Hey everyone, this is Michael again, and welcome to the AEW Battle of the Belts 3 review. Battle of the Belts was tonight, and it was taped last night at the Andel Arena in Grand Rapids, Michigan. They taped it before Rampage went live last night at 10 o'clock. And if you all didn't watch Battle of the Belts 3 tonight, pretty much you all missed nothing. The show was enjoyable, yet predictable in the outcome of the end of the matches. But we had Wardlow versus Jay Lethal for the TNT Championship. We saw Thunder Rosa defending the AEW Women's World Championship against Jamie Hayter. And in the main event, Claudio Castagnoli versus Konosuke Takeshita for the ROH World Championship. And let me tell you, they put on one hell of a match. It was very good. But overall, Battle of the Belts 3, predictable, but enjoyable match-wise. Like I said, if you guys didn't watch the show tonight, you did not miss anything. But let's jump right in with the review. It's going to be a short review. Battle of the Belts 3 opened up tonight with Wardlow versus Jay Lethal for the TNT Championship. Wardlow defending the TNT Championship. So Jay Lethal ended up coming out alongside Sanjay Dutt and Great Value, Great Khali, Satnam Singh. And this was a good match. Jay Lethal, he ended up talking with both Sanjay Dutt and Satnam Singh before he got into the ring to get the match started. Sanjay Dutt ended up causing a distraction on the apron, which allowed Jay Lethal to attack Wardlow from behind. So the match got underway. Wardlow ended up delivering a big boot to Jay Lethal's face, to which Wardlow ended up sending Jay Lethal to the outside. Satnam Singh, he ended up attempting to get involved with Wardlow on the floor. And that led to Jay Lethal taking control of the match briefly because of the distraction caused by Satnam Singh on the floor. So Jay Lethal ended up faking a knee injury, which allowed him to get better on Wardlow. So Jay Lethal then ended up sending Wardlow to the outside. Jay Lethal ended up diving through the ropes, taking out Wardlow. Jay Lethal ended up working on Wardlow in the corner of the ring. And we had Jay Lethal focusing on Wardlow's knee to keep Wardlow off his feet. Wardlow came back and he attempted to land a powerbomb on Jay Lethal, but Jay Lethal ended up reversing it. Wardlow ended up managing to hit a lariat to Jay Lethal, and then Wardlow delivered the powerbomb on Jay Lethal to score the win. So there you go. Wardlow ended up winning the match, retaining the TNT Championship. Post-match, Sanjay Dutt ended up attacking Wardlow, and in came Satnam Singh. Satnam ended up standing on the throat of Wardlow. Jay Lethal ended up applying the figure 4 on Wardlow while Sanjay Dutt was just screaming at Wardlow, and Satnam stood on Wardlow's throat. Wardlow eventually ended up breaking out of the figure 4, and he ended up low-blowing Satnam. Wardlow then ended up attempting to hit the powerbomb on Satnam, and I was like, no way. No way is Wardlow going to powerbomb Satnam. But Jay Lethal ended up, stopping Wardlow from hitting the powerbomb on Satnam. So Jay Lethal and Sanjay Dutt bought a table in the ring. Satnam ended up putting Wardlow through the table. Jay Lethal then ended up holding up the TNT Championship, and that was basically that. But overall, this was a good match, even though the outcome predictable. Wardlow retaining the TNT Championship. So, but still, good match it was. And then we had the AEW Women's World Championship on the line. Thunder Rosa defend the title against Jamie Hayter. Thunder Rosa was accompanied by Toni Storm. Jamie Hayter, of course, accompanied by Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, and Rebel. And this was a solid women's match here. Jamie Hayter ended up attacking Thunder Rosa as Thunder Rosa was posing with the AEW Women's World Championship on the turnbuckle. Jamie Hayter ended up taking out Thunder Rosa. Hayter ended up backing Thunder Rosa into the corner with a chop to her chest. Jamie Hayter ended up taking Thunder Rosa down with a shoulder tackle in the center of the ring. Thunder Rosa came back and delivered 2 drop kicks to send Jamie Hayter to the outside. Thunder Rosa ended up going for a dive through the ropes, but Jamie Hayter ended up landing a punch to Thunder Rosa's face above the apron. Jamie Hayter ended up sending Thunder Rosa into the guardrail on the outside. So Thunder Rosa came back, ended up landing a DDT to Jamie Hayter on the floor. So Thunder Rosa was attempting to go for a move from the top, but Britt Baker ended up distracting Thunder Rosa. That led to Jamie Hayter ended up sending Thunder Rosa crashing onto the ring steps on the outside. To which at that point, Jamie Hayter ended up taking control of the match. So both Hayter and Thunder Rosa were in the ring. Britt Baker and Rebel end up getting involved. The referee's back was turned. And Toni Storm ended up going after Britt Baker and Rebel. So as Battle of the Belts 3 came back from the commercial, we saw Thunder Rosa and Jamie Hayter end up exchanging blows in the middle of the ring. Jamie Hayter and Thunder Rosa end up going back and forth, and they were trading moves. Hayter ended up connecting with a brainbuster, and Hayter ended up going for the cover. Thunder Rosa ended up kicking out. And once again, Britt Baker and Rebel were looking to cause a distraction again. So Toni Storm ended up just punching Britt Baker. They end up battling on the outside, both of them, both Toni Storm and Britt Baker. So Thunder Rosa end up going for the cover, and we had Jamie Hayter end up kicking out. Thunder Rosa end up going for another cover, to which Jamie Hayter end up kicking out again. And then finally, Thunder Rosa end up going for a third pin on Jamie Hayter, to which Thunder Rosa got the pin. So there you go. Thunder Rosa end up winning the match, retaining the AEW Women's World Championship. Overall, solid women's match. Thunder Rosa and Jamie Hayter worked really good here in the match. And then we had the main event. Claudio Castagnoli versus Konosuke Takeshita for the ROH, the Ring of Honor World Championship. Very good match this was. Both Claudio and Takeshita delivered tonight. And the wrestling here from both of them was great. Very physical match it was. And overall just very enjoyable. So Claudio was accompanied by Wheeler Yuta and William Regal. Of course, William Regal on commentary during the match. So we had Takeshita end up coming out, and he ended up going right after Claudio. Claudio ended up managing to take Takeshita down on the mat. Takeshita eventually ended up escaping with some work on Claudio. Claudio ended up delivering a monkey flip to Takeshita. Takeshita and Claudio ended up trading holds in the center of the ring. Takeshita ended up doing some moves on Claudio, which sent Claudio to the outside. Takeshita looked to leap over the ropes, but Takeshita landed on his feet as Claudio ended up moving out of the way. Claudio ended up taking advantage and gained control of the match. Claudio then locked in a submission on Takeshita. He ended up stretching the left shoulder and back of Takeshita, and Claudio then turned that into the Dragon Sleeper on Takeshita. So Takeshita ended up lifting Claudio above his head, and he delivered a suplex to Claudio in the center of the ring. Claudio then ended up going back to work on Takeshita's back, to which Takeshita ended up attempting to fight back on Claudio, but Claudio just managed to just take down Takeshita. Takeshita, at this point, began to build up momentum, and he ended up landing a dive over the ropes to take Claudio out on the floor. So Claudio ended up doing the big swing to Takeshita, and the fans really enjoyed that. You know, always love when Claudio does the big swings to his opponents, and the crowd just counts along to the swings that Claudio is doing. So Takeshita ended up fighting back, and he ended up delivering a powerbomb to Claudio. Takeshita then delivered a turnbuckle DDT, to which he followed up with a frog splash to Claudio. So Takeshita ended up going for the cover, and Claudio ended up kicking out. Claudio then ended up delivering a big lariat to Takeshita. Takeshita came back and delivered a lariat of his own to Claudio, which, you know, that was a really good spot there with both guys delivering lariats to each other. So Takeshita connected with a knee strike to Claudio, to which he followed up with a brainbuster. Takeshita once again ended up going for the cover, and Claudio ended up kicking out. And it looked at that point that Takeshita was going to win the ROH World Championship. But no, Claudio kicked out. It was a long 2 count. So they ended up making us believe there that Takeshita was going to be the new ROH World Champion. But Takeshita ended up going for a powerbomb. Takeshita ended up scoring a near fall on Claudio after Takeshita reversed the Ricola bomb from Claudio. Claudio ended up connecting with some flurry of moves on Takeshita, and he ended up delivering some elbows down to Takeshita. And then Claudio finally landed the Ricola bomb on Takeshita. Claudio ended up going for the cover, and there you go. Claudio Castagnoli ended up winning the match, retaining the Ring of Honor World Championship. Overall, this was a very good match. This was, in my opinion, the best match of the night. Very physical match from these two. Both Claudio and Takeshita worked really well here, and they put on one hell of a match. I would say check out this match if you guys didn't watch the show tonight. This was just an entertaining, very good match from Claudio and Takeshita. And like I always say, Tony Khan, he needs to sign Takeshita full-time to AEW. Takeshita is that good in the ring and that entertaining. So hopefully Tony Khan does the right thing, signs Takeshita full-time for AEW. So, but very good match this was. Best match of the night. But that was Battle of the Belts 3 tonight. Overall, enjoyable show, match-wise, but the end of the matches, very predictable. You know, like I said, if you didn't watch the show tonight, you missed nothing. But like I said, Claudio and Takeshita put on one hell of a match. But anyways, that's it for my review of Battle of the Belts 3. Thank you all for watching. Hope you all enjoyed this review. Give the video a thumbs up, comment, subscribe, and there will be no Monday Night Raw review on Monday. I will be going to the Mets game out there at Citi Field. So it's going to be the first time that I'm ever going to be in Citi Field. Never went, before, with me being a huge Mets fan. So that's going to be pretty awesome, to be in Citi Field for the first time. So, but anyways, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all later.